I just got my SiPhox at-home blood test results, and a few of those numbers made my stomach drop. The No Fate channel, checking in. Jonathan here, where we break down the hype so you don't waste your money or your health. Today, I'm going over my full SiPhox Health blood work results line by line. I am in no way a physician and I do not give medical advice. I am just a 44-year-old dad of two who lifts, jumps rope, and does the occasional cold plunge. I try to stay ahead of the curve because the healthcare system in America is reactive and not proactive. And quite frankly, I'd like to know what's coming down the pike before I just wake up and realize that something broke. We are currently all battling the increased price of healthcare these days, and the only silver lining is that a number of private entities have been entering the market at affordable prices. SiPhox Health is a comprehensive at-home blood test. There's no waiting room, there's no lab visits, there are no surprise bills months after treatment, and it is a painless process that takes all of 5 minutes, and you get the results rushed to your inbox in less than a week. Based on my numbers, I am 6 years older than my age would indicate. The SiPhox blood draw process has to be the easiest I have ever done. Whether that's with regards to the ones in the vein or the finger pricks, it is by far the easiest. You just fast, you make sure you're fully hydrated in the morning, and then you warm up either with a warm shower or with a number of jumping jacks, slap that thing onto your arm, and boom! It is literally a 4-minute process. I had 3 vials of blood, and it was all done in no time.
That was easy.
All right, let's talk about the price point. Don't click away. This is where most people check out, but SiPhox has a number of different programs that you can choose, and the price really depends on how deep you want to go. You can sign up for monthly, quarterly, semi-annually, and it all depends as well which panels you want to get. Standard membership runs $125 per testing cycle, and that is HSA and FSA eligible. And if you use my code NOFATE247, I think you get that down to like $99, less than a C note. And if you want to go with the ultimate package, which tests like over 60 plus biomarkers, that will be an additional $125. Of course, I went all in, whole hog. I ended up going with the ultimate package. And at the end of today's video, I'm going to tell you if I felt it was worth it and would I recommend it. You can, as I mentioned, save 20% with my code NOFATE247, but do keep in mind, if you're watching this video later than its release date, prices and promos do vary. It says my biological age is 50 and I am only 44 years old, and I count myself as a fairly healthy person. I mean, I try to keep away from the processed foods, I try to get my sleep, say my prayers, take my vitamins, all those good things, and let's go through these markers. So what's nice about this is you do get, a color coding in terms of like green, blue, and we're going to see yellow as well, unfortunately. But you can see my cholesterol all in this acceptable range, a few of them in that green optimal range. And if you click on, you'll see that they even give you a nice little chart in terms of what is considered optimal, what is considered good, etc. And it goes into a lot more detail down here in terms of what you're actually testing, because of course we know what cholesterol is, but some of the stuff we're going to go on down the road here is going to be a bit confusing. It might be stuff you've never even heard of. And this is one of the things I really like about SiPhox is they give you a lot of information. They don't make you go search for it. So metabolic health, here we go. I am looking good except for, and this was the number that really caught me by surprise, or at least one of, the cortisol levels. My stress levels are through the roof, and frankly, it should not be this high, and it's a bad indicator. One thing about SiPhox that stands out from other blood results that I have gotten over time is that it doesn't just tell you what the result is in terms of the average. It gives you ways to improve it, both in terms of lifestyle as well as in terms of diet, and sometimes in terms of supplementation. So really good, useful, actionable information. And that's the important thing. Not just that you know what your numbers are, but you know how to improve them and specific steps steps that you can take after the fact to get yourself in the good zone. Hormone health, which is one that is very, very important for men. You can see that my DHEA levels are very low. My testosterone is probably a little too high. So my estradiol numbers are very, very high. Unfortunately, this caught me off guard, but it's good that I know about it rather than not know about it and have it come bite me back in the butt down the road. And again, there's great ways to decrease your estradiol that they provide, both lifestyle and diet. Kidney health, something probably none of us think about, but it's important, especially as we age. And these are numbers, again, that I am gonna need to address, look into, and they don't make you go search for the information. It's all right here. You can't obviously go do a deeper dive after the fact, but it's nice that you've got some topical information that you can just take away immediately in terms of things that you can fix. Liver health is one that apparently I'm good at, except for this AST, and I do not drink alcohol. So the fact that my liver has some bad numbers here. Again, it's just important to know where your numbers are, because until I got these results, I thought I was just sitting pretty, doing everything I could to be in optimal health for my age. Thyroid health, for the most part, looking good. Prostate health, again, something we don't think about, but something we should be. PSA levels right where they need to be. Nutritional health, let's see, iron, way too high. And this is something that I need to address with the supplements that I take as well as the food that I eat. So this is good to know, because most people are never going to get tested by their primary care physician for their iron levels. It's just not something that most insurance companies will even pay for. So this is all important stuff to know, as well as the fact that my B12 levels are high and my folate levels are high as well. So clearly I got to kind of dial in my nutrition as well as make sure I'm not taking too many vitamins. SiPhox goes even a step further. In today's day and age, everyone's doing AI. They have an AI agent. So you can take all your questions, ask the AI agent, and go even deeper down the rabbit hole in terms of things that you can do to fix the markers that showed up in the red. You can also connect your wearables, and you can even upload other results that you might have from previous doctor's visits directly into this program in order to get yourself a trend line. On many of the other blood work programs that I have tested myself on, one of the things that fell short was action items. They gave you the information, but they didn't tell you actually what to do with it or how you could improve. And one of the things I like about SiPhox is, boom, right here, you've got an action plan. You can add whatever you want to your plan. It's gonna spit you out a plan that you can add. You could click not interested. You can go down the list, add ways and figure out ways to improve your health, your diet, your nutrition, and your lifestyle. And that's important, because it's not just about knowing your numbers, it's about taking measurable steps to improving those numbers and improving your overall health. Like every company in any industry, SiPhox is looking for ways to upcharge their customers. It's not fugazi, it's not some type of bait and switch, it's not some type of random bill you're gonna receive. It's just other things that they offer that you're able to take advantage of. If you wanted to get coaching with a doctor to talk about your plan, you absolutely can. A health expert, I don't even know if it's a doctor. You can also get a written action plan, which I don't think you would absolutely need because of all of the great information that they've given you. You can even sign up for a whole body MRI, which is something that I think is just fantastic. It's not something that your doctor's ever gonna get you a prescription for, and your insurance is never gonna cover. So the fact that you could actually just get yourself one and know where you stand is great. You could get health coaching. You can go further down the well in terms of your gut health. Gut health, something that most people overlook. Very, very important. And they've got other tests here as well. And now it's time. It is time for my final thoughts when it comes to the SiPhox at-home blood test. And yes, I absolutely think it's worth it, and I would recommend getting the ultimate panel, which is the one that I had, because if you're gonna get blood work, why get something topical? You wanna go all in, you wanna know the real numbers, and we don't like to hear bad news. And I ran around here thinking I was fit as a fiddle, and it stinks to know that I'm actually older than my age. But Knowing is half the battle, and if you don't know what your numbers are, you're never gonna know how you can fix them. And that's where SiPhox really does a great job. Not only is the process easy, it's simple, and you get these results, but it goes deep into what those results mean. Not just specifically what the individual markers are in terms of the ranges, but how it affects your body, ways that you can improve with your nutrition and lifestyle and supplementation, and that's important. When you get these numbers, you want to have an action plan, and they give you a specific action plan. You literally can set your own action plan up. And of course, they've got the AI agent allowing you to dive even deeper if you want to go down that rabbit hole. Now, do I think you need this monthly? No, that's probably a bit of overkill. Once you get these results in, you want to take that action plan, implement it, and then give it time to see results. I personally think that semi-annually would be fine, and many of you who are looking to save money could probably do it annually, and that would be good as well. At face value, SiPhox seems expensive, but when you factor in the co-payments to your doctor, the cost of the lab that's going to take your blood, and having to deal with a germy waiting room, it's not overall that expensive. Sadly, health insurance has gone up. So as health insurance comes up, this private type of healthcare does become more affordable and a lot more convenient. Health is wealth. Don't just sit around feeling miserable and chalk that up to old age. You don't want to be 40 and get caught off guard with a random heart attack. You want to be proactive with your health, not only on your nutrition and your lifestyle, but being informed about what your blood is saying about your health and how you can go about improving it, making effective changes to what you're doing on a daily basis to see benefits, to see results. Now, if you do use my code, link in the description, it will save you money, and we will, of course, be best friends.
Did we just become best friends? Yup!
But if you don't want to go through SiPhox, I can't state it enough, get your blood tested someplace else, your primary care physician, another company, it doesn't matter, but you got to know where things stand. Don't just be ignorant with your head in the sand. Knowing is half the battle. Now, if you want to know about more health benefits and things that you can do to improve your overall well-being, then check out these 2 videos. As usual, thanks for watching, and don't save anything for the trip back.